This is Sports Hub. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a show where we feature outstanding sports personalities in Zambia, those that have been performing well in various sports codes. So tonight's show is unique. Remember, we feature different ones, and today I'm featuring outstanding motocross riders. And as you can see, I'm on this machine. And this machine should be I don't know if it's the one that will be going to South Africa to represent Zambia at the African Championship. But yes, so I'm featuring two sensational riders who've been doing well. They started at a young age and now they've grown. They're both 18. So make sure you stay with us so that you don't miss a thing. Interesting gentlemen that I have in the studio. So yes, all the segments are on tonight's show. Remember last week I had an overwhelming response regarding the photo question that we asked you. And today I'm expecting the same, because this segment will be growing bigger and better, because not only are you going to be giving a correct answer, you'll be rewarded for every correct answer that you give us in the coming shows to come in future. So another segment that we host is What is Trending in Zambian Sports. So Horn FM sports anchor Esther Mwale is here, and Esther, good to have you.
Good to have you, Morden. Namsala Mwarelo.
Ifikala chimbute fikale nama ikata. Yeah, so I'm sure the owner of this motorbike, who I'll be introducing soon, should be putting me on some training of some sort.
I can see. I mean, you're enjoying yourself, Morden.
Very much. So what's trending?
Well, there's so much that's trending. I don't even know where to start from, but hey, we're coming from an exciting weekend, Morden, and yeah, I would say it is a winning weekend that we're coming from. And especially the Chipolo Polo boys of Zambia finally booking themselves a sport at the African Cup of Nations, and this time around, we never use calculators. Like last time, Zambia, for us to qualify, they have to goal difference, check for the goal difference,
yeah,
but this time around, but this time around, Morden, it is fair and square. The Chipolo boys of Zambia over the weekend managed to beat Ivory Coast at Levimonsa Stadium 3-0. 3 had responded goals. At least from Nankani, first game, we managed to respond with 1 goal via Patsondaka. But hey, with them, they did not manage to respond. And yeah, talking about the Chipolo boys, personally, my man of the match. I don't know if that was everybody's man of the match, but just look at, before I even go any further, look at the diving.
Lawrence Mchenga. Earlier on Spot On, I was featuring Muyunda Nyambe, and I asked these guys that shouldn't the coach feature Lawrence Mchenga, because he's a league winner and he conceded very few goals. And Muyunda and John Mwamba were saying, no, we need to go for experience and all that. But look at what he did.
So yeah, over the weekend, Morden, it was a very beautiful game at the Levimonsa Stadium in Douala. I mean, I would say Ivory Coast managed to dominate the ball throughout. Yeah, despite them conceding. I don't know how they managed to concede.
But I think they only dominated in the early stages of the game.
Yeah, in the early stages. But okay, in as much, in the early stages. But but then we had our very own Lawrence Mchenga that put up a very beautiful game in as far as over the weekend's encounter is concerned. I mean, he is Power Dynamo's first choice goalkeeper, so arguably just had to perform his best owing to the fact that Power Dynamos have qualified for the CAF Champions League. So he needed that exposure, he needed that to do better in that assignment, and he did not disappoint the Zambians. I mean, he was like, hey, if Kennedy Mwene can do it, Tosto Sabata can do it, I can also do it. And he had a beautiful game over the weekend. As you can see, this is him actually lifting the MTN Super League trophy. And yeah, it was indeed a very good exposure for him. And we thank God actually that he did not disappoint us. Because immediately when people saw the starting 11 qualifying, it's Mchenga, I saw you. And then, just upon, should be, is it in the 10th minute? The time that Ivory Coast wanted to find the back of the net, he came to the rescue, and people were like, okay, I think we are indeed in safe hands. Yeah, so this is what happened over the weekend. Zambia beat, so yeah, That's another exciting thing. But hey, another thing that people are talking about is, of course, Stopila Nsunzu. So Stopila Nsunzu, when last did you see Stopila Nsunzu more than play for Zambia?
The last time was when Zambia played against Algeria, and Zambia lost by, it should be 5-0 or 5-1 away in Algeria.
But he came back, and upon coming back, I tell you, right about now, I can confirm that Zambia, I mean, looking at the likes of Frankie Musonda, Tandi Mwapi, and of course Stopila Nsunzu, they did an awesome job over the weekend. I mean, the fact that Stopila Nsunzu and Frankie Musonda managed to bond in as though they've been playing together for a long time is what impressed the fans out there. So this is the team, just waving and I would say thanking the fans for turning out in numbers. I mean, yeah, we know about a lot of people from our about but look how it was that day in the stadium. Not Wakatapa. I mean, they're trying to suit with the Zambian flag, so yeah, I think Wakatapa. Yeah, look how excited the Zambian fans were after that win. I mean, this is what it means to a lot of Zambian fans out there. Restoring back the 2012 AFCON fever, if you remember back then. Yeah, this is what's happening. It's coming back slowly to again with Muzala Samkonga, so which is something that is telling you to say, okay, we have indeed a bright future. So apart from Muzala, we had also another, exciting encounter. There's of course Rhoda Njovu, Zambia's fastest woman. Apparently, she was also participating in a tournament, and yeah, she did manage to win, just like we know her, raising the Zambian flag very high. I mean, I always enjoyed seeing the Zambian flag being raised
Silver
very high.
medal and 4th position.
Don't you enjoy it? Ngamule winner.
Yeah, it feels so great indeed.
Yeah, so
Zambian flag on the map.
So this is what's happening.
On the world map.
Yeah, so this is what's happening in as far as local is concerned. But hey, going beyond our borders, last week, I told you to say, we're Man City, we're crowned champions of the AFCON Champions League, but
what happened? What happened?
So upon the team returning back to Manchester, showcasing what they had won to their fans, it was excitement for everybody. The fans, the players, and as you can see in this picture, we have Jack Grealish. So I don't know kashinga in drinking competition ni Jack Grealish katwishi so bare munisho warwap.
I was thinking it's water.
Now after this, Jack Grealish asafiro kwenda uyapo mule mwanapa. This is the likes of Walker just helping out Jack Grealish.
Help him to walk.
Yes. But what's most interesting about this is that despite having this hangover more than, he still managed to report for international duty.
Great.
So right about now, as we are saying, England were having their Euro qualifiers, and which they managed to win. And yeah, so this is something funny actually.
It is.
So I would say this is what we had for you in as far as what is trending more than.
Esther, thank you very much for coming through with what is trending in sports. So Esther Mwale, Hon FM sports anchor, giving us the latest trends in sports. All right, from there we go to another segment. This one we call it, how much do you know about your sportsmen and women? And it was interesting last week. Thank you so much to all those that called in. It was massive and interesting answers that came through, and we are always glad like that. And I can assure you that in the next few weeks to come, at least you'll be benefiting. When you give a correct answer, you'll be benefiting. We'll be able to give you at least something. All right, so let's recap on what we had last week. So that's what we had last week, and overwhelming response. So that's Modern Maritori and Bukat Caesar. So Bukat Caesar was the coach for Zambia, who took Zambia to the 1998 Africa Cup of Nations in Burkina Faso, even though It was a disastrous outing. So we remember him for that. So thank you to all those that caught. How about this week's photo? Let's see if you're able to recognize that sportsman. Who is that man on the photo? The number for you to call will be displayed on the screen. So it's 0211 25 30 25 or 0211 25 08 43. On WhatsApp is 0955 20 29 04. Or you can go to Sports Hub Facebook page or Modern Sinkala Sports Facebook page. We'll be glad to hear from you. Who is that legendary sportsman on that photo? We'll be so glad to hear from you. Okay, from that segment, let's go to the results segment. Now we start with the Zambia Rugby Union Week 11 results. On Saturday, 17th June, it was Red Arrows 12, KPF 9, that's in the National League. And then Diggers 16, Lusaka 17. It was a tight match. Green Buffaloes 23, Green Eagles 18. Then Mufulira Leopards were on bye. In the President's League, it was Chibuluma New Mchenga 22, Ron 20, Konkola 13. Nkwazi versus Ndola, this game was postponed. In the Women's League, it was Mufulira Leopards 21, Diggers nil. Actually, it was a walkover result. Then Green Buffaloes 33, Green Eagles 22. From rugby, we go to netball. In the Midlands Netball Association Men's League, Week 5 games played at NAPSA Sports Complex in Lusaka. So actually only one game was played between Unza and Nkwazi. So it was Unza 25, Nkwazi 37. The game between Green Buffaloes and ZNS Makeni was postponed. Then Mazabuka United were on bye. In the Premier League, rescheduled games at NAPSA Sports Complex. In Week 3, it was Nkwazi 41, Prison Leopards 49. So Prison Leopards getting better over Nkwazi. Then the game between Green Buffaloes and Green Eagles was postponed. From netball, we go to basketball. In the Midlands Basketball Association League, Week 3 results played on the 17th and 18th of June. In the Super League, it was Unza Pacers 53, Green Buffaloes 92, Bulldogs 75, Heroes Play United 56, NAPSA Hurricanes 71, Hawks 67, LCC Looters 70, Matero Warriors 79, Munali Suns 76, Matero Magic 80, Huskies 53, Red Arrows 84. In the Feminine League, it was Magic Sparks 59, Mystics 15, Hotspurs 44, Lusaka Basket Queens 65, Unza Honeys 22, Green Buffaloes 80. I wonder what is happening to Unza Honeys. It used to be a big team, but I wonder what is happening. They seem to be struggling. And then NAPSA Breeze 55, Dolphins 70. From basketball, we go to AFCON qualifiers. It was South Sudan 2, Gambia 3. That was on Wednesday. Sao Tome and Principe nil, Guinea-Bissau 1. Guinea 1, Egypt 2. And this sealed qualification for Egypt. Egypt have already qualified. On Saturday, it was Central African Republic 1, Angola 2. Zambia 3, Cote d'Ivoire nil. Of course, goals coming from Serge Aurier and on goal. That was the first goal. Second goal, Patson Daka. Third goal, Kings Kangwa. Massive performance for Chipolopolo. Going back to the Africa Cup of Nations for the first time since 2015. Well done, Chipolopolo. Lesotho nil, Comoros 1. So imagine if Zambia had lost to Ivory Coast, because Comoros had won away from home. So it was going to be pressure going to Comoros in September. So it's good that Zambia won. With a game to spare, they qualified with a game to spare. Equatorial Guinea 1, Tunisia nil. South Africa 2, Morocco 1. So both Morocco and South Africa have qualified. Botswana 1, Libya nil. Benin 1, Senegal 1. On Sunday, it was Tanzania 1, Niger nil. Rwanda nil. Mozambique 2, Madagascar nil. Ghana nil. Eswatini nil. Togo 2, Uganda 1, Algeria 2. Sierra Leone 2, Nigeria 3. Cape Verde 3, Burkina Faso 1. Congo nil. Mali 2, Gabon nil, and Congo DR 2. So tomorrow it will be Burundi versus Namibia at 15 hours, Ethiopia versus Malawi 16 hours, Sudan versus Mauritania at 20 hours. This is what is happening in the AFCON qualifiers. And of course, Patson Daka closing in on that top scorers award in AFCON qualifiers. And of course, he scored 4 goals, and Sadio Mane scored 5. Then Victor Osimhen of Nigeria is on 7. So that's it in terms of results. So before I introduce my guests in the studio, let's dance to a song done by various artists, and this one is titled Bola Nalesa, dedicated to the Chipolopolo and also the Copper Queens who are out there in Germany preparing for the World Cup.
Jazzy boy, Zambia, Zambia, King Dande, Kayambo, the king of the dance hall, Felix Feligo, let's go, Zambia, Zambia, Zambia. Bola ni paise, tunawina lelo. Bola ni paise, tunawina. Bola ni paise, tunawina Zambia. Bola ni paise, tunawina. Bola, 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 bola nalesa bola, bola. Zambia win the bola, bola. Zambia tia bola, 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 bola. Bola. Bola ni paise, tunawina lelo. Bola ni paise, tunawina. Bola ni paise wa Zambia, tunawina lelo. Bola ni paise, we are African champion. Celebrate mu Zambiani, kunkulu chechi baba Zambia, ingijo mupira Zambia. Attach, mupike bola, kunkulu shamuele tula mupike, mupike. Awele. Nativa Zambia, Zambia, Nativa Zambia, Zambia.
Big Bola Batea is back by Juju. If we're Bola Tutea is back by fire. Bambi Bashinte la Voodoo. If when you know, okay, no voodoo. I got that tina na basungu. Bola ni lesa tefi sungu. Nangu batangire. Bola ni nainde. Nangu la ikagare. Bola ni nainde. Nangu batangire. Bola ni nainde. Nangu la ikagare. Bola ni nainde.
Bola ni paise, tunawina lelo. Bola ni paise, tunawina. Bola ni paise, tunawina Zambia. Bola ni paise, tunawina. Bola, 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 bola nalesa bola, bola. Zambia win the bola, bola. Zambia tia bola, 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 bola. Bola. Bola ni paise, tunawina lelo. Bola ni paise, tunawina. Bola ni paise wa Zambia, tunawina lelo. Bola ni paise, tunawina. Akasenda akasevo, akamyamuta akapanda, striker akatrapo, abasenda abapiko, pampas akadununa, kipa aluka kabola kangena. Chako jokunenuka, imbigila mwana. Panda bola, ikata bola, sunga bola, iyo bola. Bola ni paise, tunawina lelo. Bola ni paise, tunawina. Bola ni paise, tunawina Zambia. Bola ni paise, tunawina. Bola, 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 bola nalesa bola, bola. Zambia win the bola, bola. Zambia tia bola, 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 bola. Bola. Bola ni paise, tunawina lelo. Bola ni paise, tunawina. Bola ni paise wa Zambia, tunawina lelo. Bola ni paise, tunawina. Chako kunenuka, imbigila mwana. Panda bola, ikata bola, sunga bola, iyo bola. Jazzy boy production, ladies and gentlemen.
Sugar sounds. Oh yeah.
Yes, bola nalesa, which means you only have to put God in front before anything. So we wish the Chipolopolo all the best as they'll be going to the AFCON in 2024. Copper Queens all the best as they go to the World Cup in Australia, where they'll be facing Japan, Spain, and Costa Rica. Time for me to introduce my guests in the studio. So they are motocross riders. Well, I started covering them when they were young. Now they're young men now. They are both 18. They were doing well. It started from 50cc. I think that should be the youngest. That should be the smallest category, I think. Anyway, they'll be able to explain more. So I have Rory Donaldson and also Misheck Mchenga. So Rory Donaldson is coming from Chisamba. Well, thank you very much for the dedication and coming through to the program. So you are welcome. Feel free. Then also Misheck Mchenga, also going through the Africa Cup. You are welcome on the program. So first of all, young men, let's start by introductions first, your background. Let me start with you, Rory. Who is Rory? When were you born, where, and how many are you in the family and so forth?
So yeah, my name is Rory Donaldson, obviously. I'm 18 years old and I was born in Harare, Zimbabwe. And yeah, I have one sister, my mom and my dad, just the four of us. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Great. And you yourself, Misheck?
Hello, my name is Misheck Mchenga. I was born here in Zambia, raised in Chisamba, and I have two sisters and two brothers and me. So we're five, and my mom and dad. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So Rory, how did you get into sports? And apart from motocross, have you done any other things like maybe football and other sports disciplines?
Yes, definitely at school I play soccer, rugby, cricket, swimming, all the sports that the school offers. And yeah, I've started motocross at a very young age. My dad used to do a little bit of enduro. I used to watch it on TV, and that's my love grew for the sport. So I was 3 years old when I started at a very young age.
3 years?
Yes.
Wow. That's incredible. So it's your dad who inspired you to go into motocross?
Yeah, when I was young, I used to watch him race. He used to ride the motorbike around the farm, and since then I always knew I wanted to ride motorbikes.
Right. Okay. What's your story? Who inspired you to get into motocross?
So as for me, I was inspired by my fellow young riders. I went to watch Rory and them race in Mazabuka. So through that, I watched and I got inspired that if my fellow young friends can ride, then what can stop me from riding? Yeah.
Wow, interesting story. But at the age of 3, okay, it would be interesting to see a photo, a family photo for Rory and the family, so that you can see who actually inspired Rory, and that should be Mr. Bruce Donaldson, right?
Yes, that's my dad.
Yes. So at the age of 3, were you not scared, getting on a motorbike and all that?
At first, yes, I was quite scared. I used to cry, used to fight with my dad. But then as I started progressing, you get more used to it, so I became more confident on the bike. But yeah. So
this is you. Where are you here?
This is in Chingola, in the Copper Belt. And yeah, that's myself, Misheck, one of my other good friends.
Oh, right. So you started, competing with Misheck a long time ago, right?
Yeah, it was very long ago.
Okay. Wow. Misheck, and where are you? Are you in the middle?
Yeah, that's me in the middle.
Okay. And who is the other boy here?
That's Shane Parks, another rider in Zambia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
For you, Misheck, you started at what age?
I started at 12.
Oh, at 12?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And, and that's incredible. You started at 3, you started at 12, but already you've caught up with the sport.
Yeah, I've caught up. Well, it's all about determination, like when you're determined into the sport and you just love the sport, you'll be into it, one time.
Okay. So how has been your journey? Let me start with you, Rory. How has been your journey? Which one was your first competitive race?
So I started riding at 3 years old on a small bike, but then I did a few small races here and there, but I only started seriously racing in 2013. I was 6 years old. I got my first KTM 50, and I started racing the National Motocross Series, my first race in Leopards Hill in Osaka, and then from there I've just continued from 50s, 65, 85s, and then during COVID took a break, and then after COVID slowly got back into it and I still love it.
Okay, and yeah, I can see a photo of you and the family. So introduce your family to us.
So that's my dad next to me on the right, that's my dad Bruce. My sister on the left, that's my sister Neve, and then my mom on the far left, her name's Lisa.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my family.
All right. So how much has your family been supporting you in doing motocross?
My family are my greatest supporters. They've helped me financially, they've supported me my whole way. I mean, without them I wouldn't be anywhere without them. So without their support I wouldn't be where I am today.
Right. Okay. And how is it? Which category did you start from, Misheck?
So I started on the 85 cc's, or the Honda 85 cc, which was donated from George Morris from Kitwe. So yeah, he's the guy who donated my first ever Honda to race on. It was a Honda, yeah. So I started in the 85 cc's, yeah.
Okay. All right. So so like when you were starting, you didn't even have a motorbike.
No.
Okay.
I had nothing. Yeah.
Oh, so how were you going to get into the race? Like, how did you have the determination that at some point you're going to have a motorbike and even start racing?
So it was all from Kevin Wright. He's one of my biggest sponsors. So he's the guy who said, "We'll get you a bike," because I wanted the laptop, and then that laptop turned into a bike. So he said, "No, the laptop would disturb you from school, so we'll just get you a bike so you can have fun with your friends." Yeah. So I started helping in getting sponsors to help in getting a bike. Yeah. Then I got my first Honda. Yeah.
Okay. And how was it with a Honda? How was the competition? What did you achieve with it?
So with my Honda, I got third place overall. Yeah, racing Michael Strake, Shane Parks, and Rory himself. Yeah, I got a third place. I think Rory by then he had an injury or something, so he was out. Yeah, so I got to third place. Yeah, then I got a second bike from Moringa Honest, a 125 cc. Then from there, I've been upgrading till I started motocross in 2020. That's when I started my motocross.
Just 3 years ago.
Yeah, I used to ride enduro.
Oh, enduro.
Yes.
Where you go in the bush and all that. Like it's not a circuit for enduro. It's not a circuit, right?
No. So I used to race enduro, and then I got inspired again into getting in motocross. Yeah, in 2020. Yeah, I remember my first race was a very wet race. It was raining from morning to like sunset. Yeah. So raced in the mud, and yeah, I got a third place for the first time in motocross. Then yeah, I fell in love with it. So yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, as for you, Rory, I know you were a national champion. I think 2013.
Yes.
2014 national champion.
2015.
2016.
Yeah.
Wow. How were you doing this? How like we're always winning. What was the secret?
Obviously you have to put a hard work behind it, and yeah, sometimes I had to miss school to go to the races, which my teachers didn't like, but it's the hard work you put behind your training and your riding to become successful. So yeah.
Okay. Which one was your favorite arena? I know last time when I saw you was, I think it was in Mazabuka. I also saw you in Leopards Hill.
Yes.
Which one was your favorite hunting ground?
Right now or before?
Before.
I really liked the Leopards Hill track because it was close to home, so I used to ride there often. So I was always very strong rider on that track. So when people used to come from around the country, I would put a strong performance on that track.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So him started on a Honda. Which bike did you start with?
I started on a small Yamaha TTR 50 4-stroke, which I just used to ride around the farm. And then once my dad realized that I wanted to further myself into racing, he bought me a KTM 50, which is more suitable to the racing dynamics. So that's where I started my racing.
Okay. So which of your fellow riders do you think were giving you a lot of competition when they are there? You know that they'll give you a tough run for your money.
Well, back when I was young, I used to have a lot of tough competition. The likes of Gabriel Peterson, I used to race. For many years, we had great battles. And yeah, Aiden Carstens, I used to ride when I was young. And now these days, I race against the likes of Scott Haygate, Michael Strake. Yeah, Scott's very strong rider.
So you're in the same category with Scott?
Yeah.
MX2?
Yeah, Scott's MX1, I'm MX2, but we race in the same race.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, Scott's a very strong rider, so we all learn from him because he got great experience compared to all of us.
Okay. What about you, Misheck? Who gives you a lot of competition?
So I've been competing with a guy from Kitwe, Ndola. Sam Latife is a guy who's been giving me some strong competition, but I was only 125 racing at 250. So now I've got my brand new 250. So now I'll be at the top. Yeah.
Okay. Whose bike is this one in this studio?
That's my baby boy over there.
Ah, great. So that's your new bike?
Yeah, that's my new bike, sponsored by Spectra. Mwangala from Spectra, yeah, she sponsored the bike. Yeah, big ups to her. Yes.
Okay. Have you raced with it already?
No, I've only trained with it once. Yeah, okay. But I want to put in some more work on it so we see what we can do in South Africa. Yeah.
It's a good machine?
Yes, it's a very.
So that's what you're going with in South Africa?
Yes, that's the one I'm racing in South Africa. Yeah.
Great. Even in local competitions, you'll be using the same?
Yes, so I'll race, before I go to South Africa, I'll race one race here with it in Zambia, and then we'll go race with it in South Africa now. Yeah.
Okay, you're also in MX2?
Yes, MX2, yeah.
So that means you'll be giving Rory a lot of competition with this bike, huh?
Well,
yes, definitely.
There will be a competition now, yeah.
Okay, so let's hear about international experience. How many international events have you gone to, Rory?
So basically, I've represented Zambia 6 times, all the way since 2013. I've been racing since I was small, all the way up to now. Will be my 7th time going to Cape Town this year. And this year I've been racing down in South Africa. I've been doing the National Motocross Championship and the National Cross Country Championship, and try and compete with the good riders down in South Africa, because some really strong riders down there, and try better our skills.
Yeah. Now I know that you've been doing very well in Zambia, you know, winning, coming out first, if not first, like you're always in top 3. But when you go to international competitions, I think your best finish has been 6th, if I'm not mistaken.
In 2016 in Kenya, my best finish was 4th in the 65 class.
Okay.
And I was at the All Africa Championships. Okay. But yeah, that's been my best since, and we hope to better it again.
Okay.
This coming year.
What do you think has been the challenge? Why don't you challenge for top 3 positions in Africa? Or maybe there's so much competition?
Yeah, definitely. There's so much strong competition, and when we go and ride other tracks, it's much more difficult to the tracks we know back here in Zambia, because we ride these tracks all the time. So yeah, when we go ride internationally, it's a struggle, but we try our best and try to show them what us Zambian riders are made of. Okay.
Can you remember your best ever international outing?
Yes, my best international outing probably this year at the National Motocross in South Africa, held in Welkom. Because in the motocross it's very strong competition, so I came 8th in the motocross, which is probably my best finish in South Africa for motocross. But in the cross country, my best finish is 4th. And yeah, and last year I was running 3rd in the championship until unfortunately I broke my leg in Makushi, so that put the end to all my championship hopes.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Okay. But how are you now? Have you recovered fully?
Yeah, I'm fully recovered, and yeah, I'm back racing and training 100%.
Great. Okay. So before we get to Misheck, so the number will be displayed on the screen. You can call us. Let's show you the photo again that we are asking you today. Let's see, how much do you know your sportsmen and women? Get back to us. You can call. Yes, that's the photo we are asking you today. Last week you did very well. Interesting responses, and I'm sure this should be a familiar face to you. So the numbers are crawling on the screen, and how you can be part of this conversation here on Sports Hub. So Misheck, how has been your international experience? How many times have you been out, and how has been your experience?
So I've only been out once last year. I was supposed to go in 2021, but we had COVID, so all the events were cancelled. But last year was my first one, and yeah, it was a very good one. But I saw now that there's hard competition out there, and we need to train extra hard here if we want to get it there. Yeah.
Okay. How was your performance?
So I came out 8th out of 26 in Uganda, yeah, so which was a better one. Though I got some bag of hay in my tire, which was stopping it from turning. And then, yeah, I dropped 2 positions down, and then I got an 8th, yeah.
Okay. All right. That's where, in Uganda, is that where Zambia came out 3rd, is it?
Second.
So we
second.
Lost up by 1 point to South Africa, unfortunately.
Okay. Wow,
Yeah.
as a team.
Yes. And then my class, the 1 to 5 class, we came out first.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Incredible. So now this year there's another African Championship in South Africa. That will be in August. Tell me how you're preparing. Let me start with you, Rory.
Yeah, the Zambian team, we've been training hard. We've been getting trainers coming from South Africa. Andre Dearden has been coming in. We've been putting in lots of work and some hard work to train and see how good we can do when we go down to Cape Town.
All right. Tell me about that photo.
That was in Uganda last year. So yeah, that was at the opening ceremony in Uganda. I didn't ride Uganda. I just went to help the team. My leg was still recovering. So I was just there to watch the team, and they had a great performance, coming second, only losing up by 1 point.
Wow, wow. And the great atmosphere, obviously, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. And I can't see. Where's Misheck?
There.
You're there?
Next to Rory, close to Rory.
Yeah, he's there.
Okay. Oh, nice. You're the one in a hat?
No, I'm behind the girl. You see,
okay.
have you seen where Rory is?
Okay, now I've seen you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. What about you? How are you preparing, Misheck?
So since now I got a new bike, I need to get used to it. So I'll put in more hours on the new bike and get more fit. So I've been doing my running and cycling. Yeah. So hope to be there by August. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How much support have you received from your family? Did you receive any resistance that no, this and that and all that?
My mom has been scared a bit in watching me like do those big jumps and all that. Yeah, but she's been a great supporter. Though she doesn't want to come watch, but she's a great supporter. Yeah.
Okay. But your dad comes through.
My dad is always is the #1 fan. Yeah.
Interesting. So you guys, I'm so interested in. Okay, we have a caller. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Sports Hub. Unfortunately, we've lost. Call us again. The numbers are crawling on the screen. Call us again. We'll be so excited to hear from you. Okay, so I was saying, how do you balance up school and also racing? Let me start with you, Misheck.
So it has been quite a challenge for me because I completed my grade 12 last year. So I was doing coming from school, straight to racing, and then back to school. So I never had that time to train, but I was there in the top 3, but I wasn't there like for training, putting more hours in each year. So now that I'm out of school, though I'll be going to university in like 2 weeks, but I'll make sure I put in some more time on the bike before we go to South Africa. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thought we have a call. Hello. Welcome to Sports Hub.
Can I speak to him?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Your name and where you're from.
Yeah, how are you, Modern?
TV set. Hello? Okay. So please, every time you call us, make sure your volume is on 0 so that we don't have any feedback. Otherwise, we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. Call again. All right. So yes, Misheck, you are saying about you are talking about how challenging it has been balancing up school and.
Yes. So yeah, it has been quite a challenge, because at school, we thought of me maybe bringing a bicycle at school so I can be cycling.
Okay. So Misheck, is that your family?
No, that's Mwangala from Spectra, the woman who sponsored my bike.
Oh, interesting,
Yes,
interesting. Nice one, nice one.
So she's the one who bought my bike, yeah. She's
Right.
put in a lot, yes.
Okay. All right. Rory, how have you been balancing up school and motocross?
Yeah, it's very difficult. As I'm my last year of school, so I'm about to write my final examinations. But
Okay, I'll get back just now. Let's pick another caller. Hello, welcome to Sports Hub. Hello, are you there? Oh, it looks like we've lost another caller. Call us again. The number is on your screen. And remember, when you call, reduce your volume completely to zero. Completely to zero. Yeah, so call us. We'll be so happy to hear from you. Yes, Rory. Balancing up school and motocross.
so, like I was saying, as I'm in my final year, I'm about to write my final examinations. And it's very tough to balance your schoolwork and your riding, but you have to be very disciplined. You have to, when it's time for work, you have to get your schoolwork done, and when it's time for training, you must train hard. So yeah, it's difficult, but it's doable. So you just have to be very disciplined in your doings.
Okay, let's see if we can pick this caller. Hello, your name and where you're calling us from? Hello, are you there?
Western from Kawambu.
Okay, so completely turn off the volume. Completely turn off.
From Kawambu.
In Chawama, your name? Hello, your name? Okay, so I keep saying reduce the volume on your TV set every time you call so that we don't have feedback, so that we can have a proper conversation. Remember, we're only remaining with 10 minutes before we wind up, so we need to know how much you know your sportsmen and women. You answer the question correctly, then we upload you. But remember, in the coming days, at least we'll be giving you something for getting it correctly. Right, and in the studio, I'm hosting two motocross riders. They are young, but they've been doing very well. Let's see if we can get another caller. Hello, welcome to Sports Hub.
Hello?
Good evening, your name and where you're calling us from?
Hello?
Hello, good evening, your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm Moses from Chawam.
Your name again?
Hello?
Your name again. I can just hear Chawama, but your name? Okay, you can go ahead. You want to try out on the photo question that we gave you? Oh, too bad, too bad, too bad. I don't know. We seem to be having a challenge with the phone, but keep calling. We want to know how much you know your sportsmen and women. And I'll be glad if you can answer. Just before we wind up, we have about 9 minutes to go before the end of the program. So call us and tell us who that sportsman is. If you can just have a recap again so that you see who we are talking about. That's the one we are talking about. Can you recognize him? So let's see if we have another caller. We see how much you know your sportsmen and women. That's the one we are talking about today. Last week you did very well. You answered very well last week. Let's see if we have another caller. Hello, your name and where you're calling us from?
The line is too bad, but that's Ifut Chavala.
Are you sure?
Hello?
Are you very sure?
Are you sure?
Okay, so he says the line is bad, but he says it's Ifut Chavala. We'll see. Let's try others. We'll see whether you got it correctly or not. But he says it's Ifut Chavala. What are you saying? Can you give it a try? Okay. So, Rory, let me find out how much would you, what's the greatest thing that you want to achieve in motocross?
as coming from Zambia, it's a struggle to get to the very top levels. But if my dream is to ride at the highest level one day, either in Europe or America, and that's my dreams and ambitions. But obviously, I'm gonna have to work hard to get there. But yeah, when I finish school, I'm gonna have to start training harder, working harder, and see how far I can get, and see if I can get to the top level.
Okay.
But yeah, it'll take some hard work.
Okay, great. Let's see if we can pick another caller. Hello and welcome to Sports Hub. Hello, are you there?
Hello?
Hello, your name and where you're calling us from?
Hello?
Hello, your name and where you're calling us from?
Hello?
Yes, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello?
Okay, you can go ahead. Go ahead with your contribution. Who is that sportsman on the?
Hello?
Who is that sportsman on the photo? Okay, I think it looks like we have a bit of a challenge trying to communicate, but thank you so much for trying. At least we had one try. Who said Ifod Chavala? All right. What about you, Misheck? What's your biggest ambition?
So yeah, as Rory said, from coming from Zambia, reaching to the top, it's very hard. So yeah, if I work hard as well, get proper sponsors or proper funds, then if we get to the top, I wanna be the world champion one day. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So from MX2, you have to graduate to MX1, right?
Yes.
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 Okay.
That's the next step.
Okay. So how
that's the
long will it
biggest
take
class.
you, Rory, for instance, to get to MX1?
So I've just come from the 1 to 5 class, so this is my first year in the MX2 class. So I'll probably spend a couple more years on the MX2 bike until I grow a little bit more, get a little bit stronger, because that MX1 class bike is very, very powerful. So it's gonna gain some experience in the MX2 class and see how far I can get in the MX2 class, and hopefully one day get in the MX1 class on the bigger bike. And yeah.
Okay, what about you, Misheck?
Yeah, as me as well, I just came from the MX 125 class, so this is my first year also in MX2. Then I have to stay for like 2 or 3 years in MX2, and then yeah, get to the top also, to the big boys. Yeah.
Okay. So at the moment, Rory, you are leading in MX2.
Yes, I am.
You've done how many? 2 races, is it?
3 races.
3 races, and
Yeah.
you are leading, and you have about 2 or more remaining.
Yes. Yeah. No, I think we have 3 more races.
3 more
No,
to go.
We
Yes.
have 2 more.
And
Oh, two more, sorry.
and how do you feel about yourself? Do you think you bagged this year's championship?
Well, I hope so. We'll have to continue going to the races, and yeah, we can't be counting your chickens before they hatch. So yeah, but hopefully
Right.
it turns out successful.
Right. Misheck, do you think you catch up with Rory?
Let's see what the big machine does, eh? Yeah.
Okay, Rory, that's a warning.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you, since you said, both of you said coming from Zambia is a challenge, what are some of the challenges that you've been facing in Zambian motocross riding? Let me start with you.
Zambia, it's got a growing motocross community with some very talented riders, and I think with some more exposure to international level of riding, the sport in Zambia will definitely grow and will become more competitive to the rest of the world. So I think so far we're stepping in the right direction, and in the future we're going to have some really strong riders coming through. And I think from when I was young, it wasn't as strong as it is getting now. So I think it is getting better, and Zambia will become one.
Okay. Misheck, any challenges you've been facing?
Sponsorship mainly, eh? Yeah. So if we can get more sponsors into the sport, and I'd like advertise it maybe to the government or something, so they can put in more funds, then yeah, we can get to the top. Yeah.
Okay.
So sponsorship it's the main thing.
All right. So
Yeah.
gentlemen, wishing you the very best as you go to the African Championship in August. And if you perform well, I'll bring you back here again. But for now, I have to challenge you to football. We see who is the best in ball juggling. I know you are used to stepping the gears and using your hands. So let's see what you can do with your feet in terms of ball juggling. So, in terms of the question photo we asked you, we won't give the answer today, but you can send your messages to the numbers 0955 202904. Then we'll be able to read your answers next week. So who is going first?
He'll go.
Okay, show us.
I'm not very good in these shoes.
Show us your ball juggling skills.
You got my shoes.
Huh?
Yes.
My shoe.
That's fine.
And the time starts now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well done. 6. Let's see.
Okay.
It's time for Misheck Mchenga.
I'm not good in football. So
Okay,
No, he's lying.
let's
He's
see.
very good.
It's for fun.
He's much better than me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He was duping us.
Yeah, he was lying.
He was lying. You've done very well, and you've done 2. Well done.
Thank you.
So, Misheck Mchenga, Rory Donaldson are featuring on tonight's show for Sports Hub. So, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you tune in next week at the same time. Remember, it's Monday, 21 hours. My name is Modern Tapechela Sinkara. Goodbye.